50,000, 5 with 4 zeros after it. So 50,000 residents live down here in the downtown core. So when you combine all those visitors and tourists during the cruise ship season, which we're in right now, and on the weekdays, those suits and ties, professionals, office workers, and then local neighbors. Downtown Vancouver is one of the most densely populated neighborhoods in all of North America. So you can imagine on certain days, not so much today, but say on a Friday, you know, with those folks working, and then you have what we call the black cruise ship days. Up to 5 ships will be coming in and out of our harbor. Up to like 10,000 guests and visitors will be coming on and off those ships. It is just absolutely madhouse down here. People with suitcases, Ubers and taxis and tour buses like this, picking up guests for tours. So that's downtown Vancouver, but we're leaving this behind. So where we left off, that's the north end of downtown, and you see across that harbor, those mountains, that's over to the North Shore. And there are 2 cities over there. And of course you see those majestic mountains, what we call the North Shore Mountains. And in the middle of June, if you were to look over and look hard, on top of some of those peaks, you'll still see some snow. That's right, some of them are still snow-capped. So here in Vancouver, you know, April, May, and parts of June, springtime, those majestic mountains are just so beautiful. They're literally in our backyard. And at that time, in early spring, late winter, they're still snow-capped. Very beautiful. And as you can see, Vancouver, it is indeed a beautiful city. Perhaps this is your first time visiting here, and you are seeing what a lot of people over the years have seen and have fallen in love with. The mountains right behind us in our backyard. To the west, that's Pacific Ocean. And that body of water, that harbor across from behind us, that is salt water that comes in from the Pacific. So technically, that's Pacific Ocean. So we sit, Vancouver, the city, literally sits on the edge of the Pacific. And then everywhere you look, everywhere you go, lush greenery. You see all those trees and plants and gardens. You look down the side streets, alleyways, even on people's rooftops and balconies, you also see, you know, little mini parks and trees, you know, growing up. So Vancouver has been ranked as one of the most beautiful cities in the world and one of the most livable cities in the world. And to that point, being a very livable city, well, a lot of people have chosen this city to call their home. That's right. And that's why you see so many of these tall, now you see so many of these tall condominiums, apartments. And Vancouver these days, to the chagrin of, you know, most of us regular folks here in Vancouver, the housing prices have just gone crazy expensive. We the regular folks like myself, we no longer can afford a house or an apartment these days in Vancouver. Why? Because, well, just to give you an idea just how expensive housing has become here in Vancouver. Here in downtown, again, one of the more sought after residential neighborhoods. If you want to get yourself, if you want to say move here and you want to live downtown and buy one of these condominiums, let's say starting about 800-900 square feet, you know, not that big, but 2-bedroom, 800-900 square feet, it will start you off $1 million Canadian minimum. And that's just for a older unit that's not new. But you see these newer units, or the ones that's being built, you see all these construction cranes everywhere, it will go up $2-3 million to start, up to $5, $10, $15 million for like a top floor of the penthouse, or with the view of the mountains or the harbor. I mean, $1 million Canadian may not be so much for the American cousin. I mean, that's only 100,000 US, but still, $1 million Canadian is $1 million. So these days, here in Vancouver, Vancouver has, well, become like so many of those big brand cities in the world. We're talking about San Francisco, Manhattan, New York, London, Melbourne, Sydney, Hong Kong, Tokyo, places like that, they also have some of the most expensive
so come with us even more
real estate prices.
Vancouver.
And Vancouver these days,
US
we
and
are
the
part
world.
of that list.